Hello friends, and welcome back to Cosmic Coaching. My name is Bobbie, and today we're going to talk about the secret to successful manifestation. First, what is manifestation? A manifestation is something that comes to fruition or becomes known or becomes seen. It's something that kind of comes into reality. So when I'm talking about manifestation in this video, I'm talking about the things that we create in our life. How do we manifest? Manifestation happens on a very subconscious level. So a lot of times we're not consciously manifesting, we're subconsciously manifesting. So how does manifestation work? Manifestation is when things come into fruition because of the energy that you put into it prior to receiving it. So I know that that's kind of an abstract concept. So what I'm talking about is understanding that our thoughts and our feelings become things. It brings things into reality. Have you ever had one of those moments where you think of something and then like it happens? You think of a person and then you run into them. You think of a song and then it's on the radio. It's the next song that plays. That is a manifestation. So that means that we are constantly manifesting because we're constantly having a stream of thoughts, right? So it's really, really important to be in control of your thoughts as much as you can and to be very mindful of the things that you're thinking of, because that's going to determine what you bring into your life. An exercise that you can do to see this in action and see it for yourself is something that actually my children and I do. And we call it the Jedi parking trick. But when we are getting ready to go somewhere, we know that we could potentially have a difficult time finding a parking spot, we will start manifesting it. So we'll have these very silly conversations in the car where we're like, oh, I'm so grateful that we are going to get, front row parking. We're going to get a spot right outside the door. It's so great. This is amazing. And it never fails. We always get an amazing parking spot. And that is an example of what happens. Do you know those people that say, I never get sick, I never get sick, I'm not someone who gets sick, I never get sick, and they never get sick? But then you hear other people that say like, oh man, I always get sick. Every cold that comes by, I catch it, and they're always sick. It is amazing the power that our thoughts have. Our thoughts are energy. It's energy that we're putting out into the world. Scientifically, we know that like attracts like. Like energy attracts like energy. So by that theory alone, then we would know that what we're putting out, we're getting back. It's that law of attraction. So then what is the secret to successful manifestation? Because that's why you're here, right? You want to know, like, how do I supercharge this? Let me tell you how you do it. You become aware of your thoughts, you become more conscious, and you train yourself to be mindful of what you're thinking all of the time. There's no days off. It is a continuous practice. Now, does that mean you're going to be positive and manifesting all the time? No, that's not realistic. But what you can do is you can consciously be aware as much as possible to give yourself that edge so that you can retrain yourself. Instead of your mind going to these very negative places, you can train your mind instead to hang out in a more positive places. So a simple trick that I do when I find that my thoughts are kind of going into that negative space or I'm having a hard time keeping positive thoughts, I will just immediately go into gratitude. So I will start in my mind listing off everything I'm thankful for. And it is really, really hard to not be positive when you're thinking about everything that you're grateful for. That is an immediate way that you can shift your energy. That is a trick that I rely on often. We're humans. And I think it's really important to keep it into perspective. We're not always going to be perfect. We're not always going to do things exactly as we should. But if we can be aware and kind of mitigate the negativity as much as possible, it puts us in a much, much better situation. So being conscious of your thoughts, that's the first secret to successful manifestation. Now I have a second secret for successful manifestation, and that is to feel the feelings associated with whatever it is that you are wanting to manifest. If you are trying to manifest a partner, then spend your time feeling the feelings that you anticipate you will feel once you find that partner. So feel feelings of love. Feel feelings of excitement, joy. Think about the butterflies that you're going to get when you see that person, and then allow yourself to feel the butterflies now. Allow yourself to feel the feelings that you will feel once you have what it is you've manifested, and feel them now. Because again, going back to that like attracts like, our thoughts attract things, but so do our feelings. Our feelings are our truth. It's our essence. Your feelings are actually a more powerful manifester than your thoughts. Your thoughts are a big one, but your feelings are even more important. And normally feelings go along with thoughts. So if you can control the thought, you can control the feeling. But if you can't control the thought, it's more important to control the feeling. The feeling is what amps it up, and it's what speeds up the manifestation process. So I have an illustration for this that I think will really help kind of illustrate exactly what I'm talking about here. I was in a contest to win a car. The car was one of those cute little Scion XBs, like when they first came out. They were like, you always saw them in silver and they look like a toaster or like a roller skate, you know, those cars. I was in a drawing for one of those when they first came out, and they were really cool, and I really wanted that car. I really, really wanted that car. And so what I did, and I didn't even know at the time what I was doing. This was something that just happens on a subconscious level, but I was able to recognize what it was and what I did. And so now I harness this. So what I did was, from the time that I was entered into the contest until the contest ended, it was about a month. So I had about a month to think about this contest and what I could possibly win. And what I would do is, when I was driving around town in my regular car, I would almost pretend or visualize what it would be like to drive in my little Scion. And I would get really excited, and I would think all the time about driving it and what it would be like to have it. And I just, in my mind, I was so excited about the possibility of this car. And the day of the contest, everybody had to be present. You had to be present to win. And they had the car there, and they had snacks and drinks and things like that. And there were people that were eating donuts, and they were sitting in the car eating their donuts. And I remember having the thought, don't eat a donut in my car. You're gonna get stuff on my seats. Like, these people are eating in my car. So I was really feeling the feelings of owning this vehicle, of winning this vehicle. And guess what happened? I was the winner. I won the car. How often do you hear of people winning cars? That's not something that happens every day. And I 100% attribute winning that car to feeling the feelings that I was feeling gratitude, feeling excitement, feeling joy, imagining what it would be like, imagining the music that I would be playing on my stereo, and imagining the windows rolled down and the wind blowing and all of that good stuff. That's how I manifested that vehicle. And that's it. Those are the two biggest things that, if you want to really amp up your manifestations and you want them to be super, super powerful, this is it. This is the key. These are the two most important things that you need to do, and they're the two most accessible things for you. These are things you can do right now. If there is something in your life that you are trying to manifest and you want to bump up the energy that's going into that manifestation, then be conscious of your thoughts. If they start to go to a negative place, just switch to gratitude, and then get very conscious about your feelings and use your feelings as a tool to bring your manifestations to fruition faster. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. It's a free way that you can help out my channel. If you found this information useful and you think that it might benefit someone else, if you could share it. Also, if you have not already subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload new content. Thank you so much for joining me. Good luck with your manifestations. I know that you guys can do it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.